but it also means that I get to spend time with our customers, bring them together into different forums, and these are the most passionate executives around the world. And they talk about processes and programs, they share ideas, and they influence our technology and our strategy. So today what I thought I would do is share one of the topics that's top of mind for our customers, and I thought was likely top of mind for you as well, and share a little bit about how they're addressing this topic. And I thought maybe that would give you some ideas as well. Maybe you're already doing some of these, you have this in place, but hopefully there's some new ideas as well. This is our standard disclosure. I just need to put this up. Never mind. All right. So your employees have a movement culture, right? Millennials in particular are on the move. In a recent Future Workplace survey, 91% of millennials said that they plan to be in their job for less than 3 years. And that means 20 jobs in a lifetime. The question is, will those new jobs be in your workplace, or will they be somewhere outside the company? And it's not just about millennials, right? We know that high internal mobility really leads to success for the business. It leads to high employee engagement, optimizing and retaining high performers, and really sustainability and success of the organization. So if we know all of these things, why is it so darn hard to do it? Well, there's a couple of reasons, 2 reasons really, that it boils down to. One is human nature. So managers want and need to protect their people, just like the leader of this very talented curling team. Their goals and their scope tend to be fairly limited and a microcosm of the world, right? And for them, in order to succeed, they need to keep their strong people. It's human nature. And really what we do is we incent them accordingly, right? We incent them to meet their goals and to be a success within the organization. For them, for the outside world, it may look like they're hoarding talent, but from the inside, they're being a good leader. So that's one, a natural instincts. The second is a lack of transparency. How many of you encourage your recruiters to access and approach your internal employees? Okay, and of you, how many of you put all of the internal and external talent into one place for recruiters to easily access? Okay, great, good. You're well on your way. But for most organizations, up until this point, that hasn't been the case. Not only was there a lack of encouragement, but a lack of access. It was almost taboo for recruiters to approach internal talent. In addition, managers have a lack of visibility across the organization as well. So these 2 things are very natural barriers. So how do we overcome this? How do we develop a culture of mobility within the organization? How do we do that? Well, I've got 3 steps. Not easy steps, but proven. Best practices, or at least planned practices within our customer community that I thought I would share. Measure, assume, and promote. So the first, measure it. Starting at the top is really the best place to start. That's really where you want to change the mindset. So why not take internal fill rate and make it one of the top 6 metrics that you track? Put it on those dashboards, those executive dashboards. Put it in front of the CEO, the C-suite, the leaders, and the managers, all the way down throughout the organization. So everyone is tracking this. Set a target, set an aggressive target. we're hearing that 50, 60, even 70% is common. It's aggressive, but it's important. So put this in front of people so they're looking at it every day. They can see how they're doing and how they're doing versus the goals of the organization. That's the first and most important step, is to get everyone on the same page, looking at a consistent metric and ruthlessly tracking against it. But don't stop there. Measure it and reward it. Seek out those talent producers, the people that are actually building and moving talent out of their organization for the good of the organization. Who are those contributors? Find them, name them, reward them, and expose them to the organization. The second step is assume. Open things up. Give recruiters access to internal talent. That's the first piece. Give managers access across the globe as well. Make it transparent. Just having access will help with the taboos. But there's still that nagging issue of overcoming availability challenges, that human instinct to protect. Even if your neighbor is on the star chart for being a talent producer, it's really hard not to let go. So one of our customers did something really interesting, and I'm starting to see this spread, and that was that they tracked a field on people called in play. And the default was that every person was in play, whether, unless there were extenuating circumstances. So for example, perhaps they were new to a role, or perhaps they had just been put on a performance improvement plan. Those folks, not in play, but for the 98% other people, or the 90% other people, they were in play. That was the default. And anyone who took their person, their talent out of play, suddenly was being asked why. So now, this is Kimberly Clark. Kimberly Clark put this into place for a couple of years. It was so effective that they don't need it anymore. It served its purpose, which was to help shift, to track information, to assume availability, and to open things up. And the last is about promoting. Your employees need visibility too. And how about if we go a step further than just giving them a job listing, an open jobs listing within the organization, which is a good first step. But how about if we give them recommendations? Let's start simple with matching up their career preferences or identified interests to jobs that are now available, to give them a proactive alert and to let them know. And then how about if we think about taking data to the next level and looking at behaviors and tendencies and historical information to see when people might be ready for a change and to serve them up career paths that might be the most effective. Start simple and then start leveraging data for more. As we start to proactively give employees possibilities in their career, they will know that we mean business and that we're truly focused on an internal mobility mindset. These are just a few of the examples and the common and most important steps that I've gathered from our customers, and I hope that you have found some good nuggets in there. Thank you very much.